does that action step make sense?
Yes, so like
conceptual
understanding, so like why does this matter, and then being able to take things that they've already mastered and kind of put that into it. So like they already mastered place value, so let's put that into it and like show them the conceptual side of
how those things all link together. Absolutely. So you started to talk about your lesson plans this week, but I was looking, you are doing tomorrow some subtraction without regrouping.
Without 3-digit subtraction without regrouping, yes.
And then Friday, I think it said you were doing a 2-digit mix, borrowing, and not with word problems.
Yes.
So I think in both of those, I think you're right. If you could even get this down today to have them understand without borrowing, to start to see
Well, we're doing addition today, 3-digit addition, but tomorrow, yes, for sure. Because
even that with your lows for addition.
Yeah, for addition,
a good way. But then, so then when you work in subtraction the following day.
For sure.
And with the word problems, the same thing. You'll want to start to have, like you said, for even some of the other kids, they might, hopefully they can start to grasp this, but then when they're back here with you, like getting the blocks for them to really see and pull apart might be helpful.
Yeah, for sure.
For that.
Because I think this will really go well too with the whole idea of mole, because when we organize it, we can like add in this extra step
so that would
like,
be your
putting that into it.
Yeah. So even thinking about your steps that you have up there, I don't know if you can like figure a way to integrate this in, or if it's going to just be the way that you're setting it up. What are your thoughts on how you're going to kind of teach this?
I think I'll probably put it like within the first steps, like circle and chop and set up your T, just so that, because like then you already have it done, so they have, because they already know circle and chop is like the first thing that you do, so now just like setting it up, like I think that will be a nice, like you can just add that into there easily. So.
Yeah. Because then, then even there too, I mean, if you're thinking about adapting this to borrowing, not borrowing, subtracting or adding, just doing, look at the ones, look at the tens opposed to, which is basically what you have. Because sometimes it will be subtract the ones, but sometimes it might not be. Sometimes it might be, that's where you're going to have to stop and look, that part. And that's where you'll start to see too, I'm sure Friday when you do the word problems that are mixed, that's where your error, your biggest error is going to be, is if students don't recognize, and I think this will give them the good visual of, do I have enough to take away or not? And you saw that here too. Some of them started borrowing and not when they didn't know, because they were just focused on the steps opposed to what it really was. Yeah. Okay, so let's try this with, what are you doing today, you said?
3-digit addition without regrouping.
Okay, so let's plan, put an example problem, and think about how you would model that. I mean, you're going to do it, so we might as well do it today.
Okay, so what if I have like a... So, okay, I would probably start off with like, let's see, 131 plus 218. So I would have this up on the board, and then we would talk about how our first step is circling and then chopping, but then how we're also going to have a next step of setting up our chart.
Place value?
Yes, place value chart. Yeah. And that will have our hundreds, tens, and ones. And then we'll talk about doing the ones place first. And that we only need, actually, for addition, I might have it look like this.
Okay.
That way we'll have like 1 here and then 8 down here. And then 3 up here.
Okay, so for tens up here, instead of dots, you're going to draw the sticks.
Yes. Sticks.
There you go.
And then
Cubes.
good call. Oops. Okay. And then just count these up. And then you can like put them at the bottom if you want to. So I'll have 9 down here. And then 4 right here. And then 3 right here. And then what that means. And then have them right 943.
Yep.
Here.
And you're doing any regrouping?
Not in 3-digit.
Not in 3-digit. Okay.
But I think this will at least get them comfortable with setting it up that way, and then make sure that we're like counting these at the end to make sure, like, because if there's 10 right here, or maybe even down here, having them put like the number. So there's like 9 dots here, there's 4 sticks here, and there's 3 boxes here or squares here.
Yeah.
That way they know here, and so that when they get to here, it's not like, but there's 10 over here, what do I do?
Absolutely. And that will help them transition the following day when you're actually going to get into kind of
Right.
reteaching this subtraction. Is there a backside to that? I was going to say flip it over. Let's do a, I was going to say let's practice doing a subtraction.
A subtraction.
Like that one.
Okay, so without regrouping?
With regrouping.
With regrouping,
Because I think based on like that lesson and seeing
Right.
this, we're missing that bigger piece.
Okay, so if we had 51, take away 26, which is on the exit ticket. And then, again, the first step will be circle, chop, set up, tens, ones, just like this. And then we'll have 1 here, and then we'll have 5 here. And then we'll ask her, we'll say, okay, we need to take away 6 from here. Can we do that? No, we cannot do that. What do? We need to take one of these and bring it over here. How many dots do we put over here? We put 10. And then we will, now can we take away 6 from over here? Yep. And then we'll take away 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many are left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What number goes here? 5. And then how many do we have up here? We have 4. How many do we need to take away? We need to take away 2. Take away 1, 2. How many are left? 2.
Okay, I think that was great. A couple of things. So here, I would say you're going to want to organize not randomly. You're going to want to teach them like on their, I'm sure how you did it before with like tense frames where like 5 on 5.
Okay.
Dots are stacked.
So
'Cause they'll
5,
start the
okay.
organization of that. They'll start to get, isn't that how you did it with Eureka? Like the,
Yes.
this way?
Yeah.
I would have them stuff the dots up and you can kind of see.
So
that's how they
literally
did it.
like, even if it was like in Eureka, they do like a box like this, and
Right.
like that, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because they'll start to really lose otherwise the dots in that.
Right.
Now the other part is that you forgot here, if they're breaking these down, what are they doing to the problem? Because this is where we need them
Okay.
to make that
Connection. Okay, so they need to, so since we,
So start again.
this number, okay. I am. Okay, so we have 50.
You had the main part of it, but that's where
Right.
you want them to
Take
make
away-
that
but-
connection.
right.
I'm seeing this, so now what do I do with
What do
this
I do?
problem?
Okay. So first thing we do is circle, chop, and set up.